flowers to weddings. If you need decor, call Touched by Angels. These shirts for Simplicity Radio. Or jackets if you want to order for $25. T-shirts for $12 or $12.50. Call her. I want to see everybody walking around with these shirts for Simplicity Radio. You haven't been touched until you've been touched by this angel, Tamanika Turner, 615-877-5969 to order your shirt for Simplicity Radio broadcast.
This is Michelle Gibson with United Realty Group in South Florida, where I listen to and support Simplicity Radio with Angela Bingham. If you are looking to buy or sell real estate in the South Florida area, don't forget to contact me at 561-336-6119 or Michelle with 2 L's at the number 4 salepbc.com. You are listening to Simplicity Radio with Angela Bingham on WGNS 1450 on your dial. Stay tuned for more stimulating conversation.
Local business owners, you know how important it is to be here for your customers. I'm State Farm Agent Emerson Williams, and I run a small business in Rutherford County too. And I'm here to help you protect your small business. Call me at 615-459-2683.
Hello everybody, this is Coach Scott Oatsfall with LT360, and we are proud sponsors of Simplicity Radio with Angela Bingham. LT360 is an all-natural healthcare company specializing in getting people healthy at the cellular level while nurturing the whole person, mind, body, and spirit. We're an all-natural healthcare, so if you struggle with high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, or you're looking to get off your medication and change your life, then you can give us a call at 615-815-0390 or LT360.com. And again, you're listening to Simplicity Radio with my sister, woman of power and faith, Angela Bingham.
You're listening to Simplicity Sunday with your host, Angela Bingham, broadcasting live on your good neighbor station, News Radio WGNS, every Sunday from 6 until 7 p.m. Thanks for tuning into the show, and remember, 1 hour of simplicity can change your life in Jesus Christ.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Simplicity with Angie B. and Dr. Risher. And I want you all to pray for my co-host, Dr. Risher, that God will miraculously bring him to a point that he knows that nobody is in the healing business like Jesus Christ. And I'm telling you all, anything that happens to you, it doesn't mean that that's the end of you. Sometimes things happen just to take you through to your next level in life, but never, ever fall backwards. If you fall forward, or succeed forward. Get up and try it again, because whatever you were designed for, there's already a way made for you to accomplish that thing. Well, Simplicity welcomes everybody. Thank you for tuning in. We thank you for just knowing that this is March, and all birthdays in March, we want to say happy birthday. If you're celebrating anniversaries, happy anniversary. And we even have a beautiful, such a gorgeous specimen of a young lady. And Justice, today is your birthday. So we just want to say happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. That's all I'm going to sing. How old are you, Justice?
I'm 14.
14. Wow. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're on Facebook, thank you. Host, post, do whatever you do on social media, because you can see this beautiful young lady. And I asked her, what does she want to be when she grows up? And she said, well, right now I'm undecided. And I told her, I said, whatever you decide to do, represent through your beauty. I tell you, there's a beauty of holiness all over her. And whatever God has designed for her to do, she will accomplish just that. I believe that already at 14. Will you come in agreement with me, Justice, on that?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, when 2 or 3, it's already done. Your future is bright, okay? Whatever you choose that God has designed for you to do, you're going to do it with passion, power, supernatural peace, and you're going to have a plan, and you're just going to be in the purpose of God. That is amazing. And then you have parents that already know the grace of God and the goodness of God. And guess what? They pray for you every second of the day. That's beautiful.
Amen. Amen.
You say amen, Mike.
Amen.
I have Mike Greenwood here, and he is just an amazing man that gives us the purpose of what God has designed for him to do. And you have an organization that you're the founder of, Humble Beginnings.
Yes, ma'am.
Humble Beginnings. And just give us, how did God get you to even name it Humble Beginnings? There's a story behind that.
Well, honestly, it just fits me in my life.
Yes.
I began from very humble, beginnings in the true sense of the word. Like a lot of us, we started with getting stamps, having to go through that whole ordeal. My mom, for the most part, raised us by herself. Dad wasn't in the household. He was around, but he wasn't in the household. And so, that's how it started, and she did any and everything that she could and had to do to give us everything that we needed to make sure we grew up in safe neighborhoods and in the best school systems that she could get to.
And you said something about having the single mom syndrome, but yet dad was there but wasn't as present.
Right.
So when the Humble Beginnings is just being thankful.
Yeah, absolutely.
That you get to put your feet under the table.
Absolutely.
Wherever, that there is a place for you.
Absolutely. I'm originally from Cleveland, Ohio.
What?
Yes.
That's where my people are from.
Okay. Well, we might have caught the bus together. So yeah, shout out to them. But yeah, I'm originally from Cleveland, Ohio. I've been down here since 2007. My main reason for moving here was to find a better place to raise my kids. I love Cleveland. Cleveland is the true definition and essence of humble beginnings. But for me and trying to raise my kids in the best environment, I wanted to bring them somewhere that had minimum negative distractions.
Yes.
And coming down here was exactly what I was looking for.
Yes, I do believe that Murfreesboro is a good place. Tennessee is a good place because you get to experience all of the seasons. That's why I like it.
Absolutely.
And like you said, less distractions. If your child want to succeed and be successful, I do agree that it must start in the home. And then here you
Absolutely.
are when you said you made a major move just for your children. Justice. How does that make you feel just hearing that?
It makes me feel really nice, like I'm cared for.
Right? And that security. I am a teacher, and I can tell when children come from homes that they feel that love, that preciousness, that they are blessings and not curses. They have a different outlook.
Absolutely.
Even how they try, even how they attempt to accomplish whatever the mission I put before them, the task I put before them. There's a confidence that exudes out of them. And I see it in you. That is a blessing just to hear your father say that. Grandma, I'm just so happy for you. I am happy for you and your future. Now, even with Humble Beginnings, and you said that you deal with the youth.
Yes, ma'am.
And our show tonight is talking about if we lift youth and if we speak into them, guess what? They will soar.
Absolutely.
They will soar. And then you said less distractions. The distractions will be there. The peer pressure is there.
Absolutely.
But when you put other things before them to interest them, so you on to something.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And so, growing up, a lot of the people, like I said, my dad wasn't in the house. And so I looked for that male role model, that male figure to be like, who should guide me? Who do I want to be like? A lot of it did come from TV. A lot of it did come from music. But then, like a lot of other people, I read books. Not a lot of books. I wasn't a big reader as a kid. But then when I would read books and learn about different people, what I would come to find is they accomplished a lot of great things at young ages. Martin Luther King, for one, graduated college at a young age.
Yes, he did.
And so if you look at a lot of the major things that have been accomplished in our country, in our history, in our culture, a lot of them came from young people. And so I look to them and I give them no limits. I give them no limits. I give them no excuses. However, I do understand that they do need opportunity. They do need guidance. They do need support. They do need motivation. So there are some things that they need, but there's nothing that they can't accomplish.
Absolutely. And when you establish that trust,
absolutely,
as a foundation, they will reach, like you said, no limits. The sky, they're past that.
Absolutely.
Because they're
Absolutely.
intelligent
And
beings.
They absolutely are. And a lot of times what happens is we have a school system that I think we all can pretty much agree is a bit outdated. We grew up, my daughter, she asked me all kind of crazy questions like, were you born before this was invented? Before that was invented? So some of them are a little crazy, but a lot of them, she's actually right on target. Like, we grew up at a time where being able to see someone on the phone as you talk to them it's a crazy notion. I remember we were talking about it the other day. I remember when cordless phones came out, that was a big deal.
Yes, it was.
When cordless phones came out, that was a big deal. When you had caller ID, that was a big deal.
That was high tech.
That was high tech. Now these kids are going live on Instagram.
Yes.
And so we're dealing with an educational system that's so far behind that these kids, a lot of them just aren't picking up on what the teachers are trying to teach. And so they need someone in there to come in and say, hey, I know what kind of life you're living. I understand the world that you're living in today. Let's start from there. Let's build from there.
Yes. One of my dreams is to create a school that does just what you said. We're not outdated, but we're updated. We're upgraded. We're doing these things for a future, for them to live in, to dream in, dare to dream and be inventors, creators, like you said, doctors, lawyers, engineers, mathematicians. There is nothing that is impossible.
Absolutely.
And when you have people believing in you and then you make them believe in themselves that they can accomplish anything, skin color has nothing to do with a barrier that the world sometimes put on us.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Don't make me shout up in here because I do believe that once, like you're doing with justice, she heard you say, I took a move. I relocated for my children.
Absolutely.
So that gives her a springboard to say, hey, I got to do better.
Yeah. For me, to each his own. But for me, once I had my first child, that's what life was about.
Oh,
Like once I had my first one, that's what life was
it
about.
changed your life.
Absolutely. To see a child come out of the womb, there's no greater miracle. There is no greater miracle. And so once that happened, my life was changed, my purpose was changed, and everything was changed. And so, it don't take a whole lot to make me happy. So it was all about, what do I need for them? And I didn't raise my children in the sense of what makes them happy or anything like that for the moment. It was all about, in 18 years, and will you be able to survive without me?
Absolutely.
In 18 years, when I came to my daughters, will you be the type of woman that I would have wanted to date?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Will you have that independence?
Absolutely. Independence, integrity.
Yes.
Will you be fun?
Yes.
I mean? That's a fact.
Do you know how to laugh?
Absolutely. And so, and it's a lot of times we get people, we either push them to have fun, or we push them, we say life is short, have fun. And then we have another group that says, you got to be serious and stay focused. Well, I say do a little bit of both.
I say balance.
There's a time and a place for everything.
Yes.
So there's a time to let your hair down and be goofy. And then there's a time to buckle up and get things done.
Absolutely.
And so I try to encourage that in my children in every conversation, situation, and lesson.
And those are life skills. I do believe when we teach that, that's a life skill, because I know my mom, we used to talk about my mom. We used to talk about my mom. And she would tell us when we got paid that we couldn't keep all of our money. And we were like, what's wrong with you? You know, but we didn't know at the time she was teaching us that money is for living, taking care of your expenses, and also taking care of yourself. And what she was doing for us to take care of the expenses, she gave each one of us a bill to pay. And then as far as taking care of our future and finances, she would take some of that money and put it in a bank account, and we knew nothing about. So then when we got at a certain time, she said, now this is why I was doing this, and this is, and just explaining as she went. Now 5 girls, none of us have gone back to her to say, Mama, can you spare some change?
Absolutely.
Because she taught us how to be independent.
And that's the goal. The thing is, either you teach them the right way when they're young, or they're going to be leaning on you the rest of their life.
Amen.
And I don't want them leaning on me.
Like that.
No, I want to be able to, let our conversations grow.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So, when you're 12 or 14, we have 14-year-old conversations. But when you're 24, let's have 24-year-old conversations. I shouldn't have to teach you how to save at 24. I should have taught you that at 14. My daughter, she actually, she's a little miniature entrepreneur. Don't let her fool you. And I recently made her start her own bank account, and we're saving and things of that nature, because you need to learn that life is about habits. You know what I mean? Either you brush your teeth every day or you don't brush your teeth. That's really, there's no in between to be like, I brush it about 3 times a week. No, either you brush every day or you don't.
Or you won't have teeth when you get older.
Absolutely. And if you don't brush them, then like you said, you'll pay for it later.
Yes.
And so I'm all about instilling those habits. And so the things I try to put into my kids is the same things I try to put into the students in the program. And so far we've been getting great results with the kids and with my own kids and with the students of the program.
Wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Simplicity Radio right here at WGNS Studio. We want to thank Jackson for being our producer for the hour. He operates in a spirit of excellence. We want to thank you for just listening and tuning in. We do not take you for granted. And if anybody hasn't told you today, I want to say that I love you and God loves you too. You're listening to Mike Greenwood. He is the founder of Humble Beginnings. This is an organization that I feel that's going to just permeate through many young people and grow them as he is growing himself. I tell you, when young people get with adults that never lose that spirit of their youth, you are on your way to greatness. And Justice, his daughter, is here tonight with us. And Justice, she is so beautiful, ladies and gentlemen. And Dad said, don't let her fool you. She is a little entrepreneur at heart. He's training as he goes, training as he loves, training as he's correcting, training as he's complimenting. And not only is he doing it with his own children, now he has reached out in the community to create a family with humble beginnings. And Mike, I know you said that you have the young ladies, the girls,
Yes.
coming aboard as well. And this is Female Women's Month.
Yes.
And so, Justice, you can represent the beauty of the females.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. And then you said you had a group of young males as well.
Mm-hmm.
So just give us a little bit more when you said that you bring them in to what you are doing in the community. Is this something that you do once a week, a quarterly, daily? Give us
So
and also let us know how we can get in contact with you.
Absolutely. So initially we started off just kind of mentoring kids in the neighborhood. Most of the kids I mentored in the beginning were right here in Murfreesboro in Rutherford County. We would have them playing basketball, do meetings. We would take them on college trips. And once I saw the reaction from them and how well they received it, that's when I said, I need to do this thing a little bit bigger. And so then I went and tried to get it into the schools here in Rutherford County. It didn't go as well as I would like, but that's okay. I kept pushing, and we took it down to Nashville. And down in Nashville, it was received a lot better. I was given an opportunity to work within the schools. That was back in 2016. A young man named Brent Dean from Maplewood High School believed in us. And so.
And what was his name again?
Brent Dean.
Brent Dean.
Yes, he believed in us. He gave us an opportunity, and we've been in schools ever since. Right now, the main two schools that we're in are McMurray Middle and John Early Elementary, which is in North Nashville. McMurray is in Antioch.
Yeah.
And so as far as the boys, so we started with boys. Me being a male, obviously, I felt that was some people I could relate to. They could relate to me. And it was all about, like you said, teaching them life skills, teaching them how to make good decisions.
Yes.
And teaching them to instill good habits, teaching them how to set goals, how to achieve a goal. Telling them the differences between a dream and a goal is the plan of action.
All right.
If you just want to do something, whether it's a small thing or a big thing, if you just want to do something, you're daydreaming. But when you put a plan of action behind it, now we got a goal, now we got a plan, and now we can get some things accomplished.
And
so
you know what? I'm glad you said that, because our pastor was saying, and it's stated all throughout our own lives, if you don't plan to succeed, you plan to fail.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
to have a mentor, the mentoring program, the love that you have, and you never know, you're teaching somebody how to dream, because everybody, it's not a natural thing anymore.
It's not, and that's the biggest thing I've seen. That when people ask me, one of the biggest differences in these kids, the lack of hope.
Yes.
Like a lot of these kids at very young ages just ready to give up, and I'm like, nah, you can do this, you can do that. Let me show you how.
Come on.
You know what I mean? And so that is a big issue. And so that's we're trying to put that hope back in there and show them that it is possible. And with the girls specifically, we're teaching them, well, a lot of people are still calling this STEM, but it actually has grown into stream.
Yes.
They've added the R and the A, so it's stream now, but we're trying to get those girls into stream. Me being a girl dad, I've been waiting to get my hand on a group of girls.
Yes.
So to get them involved. And so there's no reason they should fear math or science, and we need them in that industry.
And now that I know some people may not know what STREAM is, tell us what those letters stand for.
So yeah, STREAM is an acronym. It stands for science, technology, reading, which is new, engineering, art, and math. And the reason that it's grown with all the letters, the reason that they added the R and the A is because, like we said earlier, it's a different world, and they are living in a world of technology. There's not a whole lot that goes on that doesn't touch technology, and so or math, and so we're trying to get more of our black young girls. That's who we're kind of geared towards. We're trying to get more of them involved in stream.
Now, I like when you said what you were doing and you tried to do it in Rutherford County first. Now, I know someone is listening to this program and you have connections, and we need Mike Greenwood in the schools in Rutherford County where he resides. Come on, somebody.
And I'm ready to come back.
Oh, we got to make that happen. We're going to make that happen.
All right.
I'm calling that in Jesus' name. Don't play.
I receive it.
We have a caller. Caller, you're on the air. Welcome to Simplicity.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Cox. How are you?
Wonderful, Miss Cox. Beautiful Cox.
Look, I was just so excited to hear that Mike was going to be on the air tonight. He has done an absolutely fabulous job. I love his family.
Yes.
They live in the spirit of excellence. And for him to be able to share that with young men who may not necessarily see that is so commendable. And to hear that he's stepping it up a notch and including young ladies in that who may not see that father figure, I mean, it will make all the world of difference. And I just wanted him to know that he's got my full support, be it monetarily or if he needs a hand in anything or what have you. You know, I will definitely be there to support the program because it is truly an excellent program and something that I'm truly proud of, not only, for him and for that entire family as well. They're doing a great job, and I just wanted to let him know that. I know he already knows it,
Yes,
but
absolutely.
I just wanted to echo the fact that we are so proud of you. We appreciate you. You're much needed, and thank you so very much for all that you do in the community.
Thank you, and you're absolutely right. You've been supportive behind the scenes, and I really, really appreciate it. But the call means a lot as well. So thank you very much.
And
You're very welcome.
Thank you, Miss Cox. Thank you so much for calling in. We love you so much.
Same here. Y'all take care.
You
yes.
too.
And she said something. Sometimes we need to hear people saying
Absolutely,
the
it matters.
complimentary things about what we're doing, what we're trying to just, make a change.
Absolutely.
Make a
Absolutely.
difference.
It matters.
Be the difference you want to see in others.
Absolutely. So, and that's funny because I wear these wristbands. I got this one from the MLK Center.
Uh-huh.
And it says, "Be the kind of leader you would follow."
Now, awesome.
And so, yeah, I try to live what I speak. You know what I mean? I don't have the energy to be fake.
Oh, it doesn't take energy.
Yeah, and so I just try to live the way I speak. And that's whether I'm speaking to adults, whether I'm speaking to the kids. And I think that's one of the biggest things the kids respond to is just authenticity.
They do not like fakeness.
Absolutely not.
And like you said, if you're not genuine, you better pack up and go home.
Absolutely.
Fannie Lou Hamer, she said she'd rather be in an audience full of children because children will tell you the truth.
Yes.
And they want you to be genuine with them.
Yes.
And adults, and I pray too that you get all the adults that surround you that will lift your vision for the youth.
Yes.
And there's a Psalms 101. I want you to go home and read that tonight.
Will do.
Because in a point in my life, I asked God, I said, Lord, I want to be around people who know how to share goodness, love, kindness, and just making everybody else aware of the greatness on the inside of them. You don't ever have to push anybody down to lift yourself up. I don't like to be around people like that anymore. I don't feel that it weighs, it drains you, it empties your energy faster than you will ever think. And we're talking about being depressed, being deprived of just the good vibes of life. You don't have to be there.
Yes.
And I feel that, just the flow of people giving you the support that you desire. And I'm praying for that support right here in Murfreesboro, in Rutherford County Schools, Murfreesboro City Schools.
Absolutely.
Because you're a man of integrity and you know what you're doing.
Absolutely. And I don't want to limit it to the schools either. I'm willing to work with churches as well.
Don't play with it. I got you.
I'm willing to work with churches
And
as well.
your wife too. The
Yes.
pyramid.
Yes.
We are going to talk to churches. We're going to talk to just whoever will listen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you know
Absolutely.
what? That whatever God gives you, He makes room for your gift.
Absolutely, because we spoke about the leaders of quote unquote back in the day, and when you name most of those leaders like Martin Luther King, they were ministers.
They were ministers.
And so I would
The churches were the first that they
first-
would even go to.
They were front line.
Yes.
They were front line, and somewhere along the way, our churches, they still preach the word, but they're not front line the way they used to be.
Absolutely
And
right.
I think a lot of the kids feel that. You know what I mean? When they feel like they're being mistreated, when they feel like who really cares about me? Who's front line? Who's out here where I walk? You know what I mean? And so I would love to partner with churches. I would love to partner with schools, wherever we can pour into these young people. That's where I want to be. My program is not a quote unquote religious based program. However, I am a Christian, and my whole concept when I think about God at the end of the day, it's love.
Love and building relationships.
Absolutely, and I'm a love and pour into these young people as much as I can.
And a lot of people, they will go out in the community and their homes are dry of that love.
Absolutely.
I can tell that you began to pour in your home first.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
And that last week we were talking about, fathers leaving legacies, and when our fathers leave the earth, have they left a legacy for us to keep living? And the young gentleman that was on, his dad blessed him before he left the earth with just words. And every time I talk about it, I'm still on the inside of me. Because that is so powerful that a lot of African American homes haven't received that. But he said his dad not only loved on him and his sister, but then he had enough to pour out on children in the community.
I tell you, the biggest reason I pour into the community, just to be honest, is because my kids got to live there.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Like, so I'm trying to raise responsible men. I want my daughter to marry a responsible man. So if
you hear that, daughter, you hear that?
And so if I don't help to raise responsible men, then who are they going to choose from? You know what I mean? So yeah, they probably won't date the men or the young men that are in my program. That probably won't happen, but hopefully there's other people like me. I'm sure there are. I am sure that they are, but I got to do my part with the ones that I interact with. And so I have to pour into them, because at the end of the day, I don't want my daughters living around disrespectful young men who want to act like animals and treat women as such. I want my daughters living among young men who know respect, who know self-respect, who know self-worth, who know the worth of their queen. And so that's a big reason why I pour into them.
Yes, because when you know your value, when you know who you are, you walk up straight and nobody bends. You don't have to bend down for anybody to ride your back. You understand that? Stand up straight and tall, just like your daughter just walked in here like a queen. I told you, just look like a model. And in her inner beauty overrides her outer beauty. And that's because you poured into her.
Absolutely. Her spirit is so pure.
It is.
So pure, so beautiful, and I love that more than anything about her.
Absolutely. God bless you. I want you to tell us on your programs that's working in Nashville and Antioch, and okay, we're gonna let that go. But I'm glad that they are being very successful. Now, your children, the students that are in the programs, are you allowing them to invent, or do you all have like your STEAM projects as far as being? Sometimes you can go in the school systems and they're having the fairs and the do you all do that on your own?
Right. So yeah, for the most part, the STREAM project is very new. We started in November. We've been working with the administration at John Early. We haven't quite figured it out yet, but I'm optimistic that we will figure it out real soon on scheduling. But I have been fortunate enough in networking where I have gotten verbal commitments from people who represent universities at Vanderbilt, Meharry, and Fisk, where they want to be a part of it and they want to help out.
I didn't hear you say Middle Tennessee State University, MTSU, right here in Murfreesboro. Murfreesboro, this is Angela Bingham. I want to encourage us to support Mike Greenwood and the efforts that he has been successfully doing in down the street.
Yeah, I would absolutely love to start a string program here.
Oh, yes.
I was up at Patterson Park the other day, and I was watching the kids run around, and I met with a few people who are in charge over there, and I was talking with them, and hopefully we can put some things together, but I would love to bring a string program here.
Now, did you talk to Dr. Janelle?
I did.
Awesome. She is a beautiful lady.
I did, and so I gave her my contact information. I received hers. And she's supposed to look into a few things, and I hope to hear from her real soon.
And I will contact her as well and tell her any way that I need to support. I will do that.
Well, that'd be
gladly.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And the reaction that we've been getting from these young girls has been overwhelmingly fantastic.
Yes.
I mean, they are so ready. They are so into it. It is amazing. Right now, we have a thing going on. I'll spill the beans a little bit. We have a contest going on with the girls, where they're on the computers designing T-shirts. And so because we are big into entrepreneurship and business, and teaching them about business, so they're on the computers designing T-shirts. We've broken them up into groups, and they're designing T-shirts. And we're going to once we're done, once we finalize the designs, we're going to print the T-shirts up, and we're going to sell them as fundraisers, and we're going to teach the girls how to sell them and things of that nature. Also, we have a 2-week summer camp coming real soon. I'm working with Clemmy Greenlee of the Nashville Peacemakers. We're looking to do some things this summer, and I'm super excited about working with her. We'll be doing that in Nashville as well. So, but as soon as some folks want to partner in Murfreesboro,
you're ready,
or Laverne or Smyrna, I'm here.
Now, tell us how we can support you, give out the contacts, because somebody is listening, and I know God has already put it on your heart to be that one that is an encouraging factor for Mike Greenwood and Humble Beginnings.
Yes, so our website is humblelegends with an S at the end .org, humblelegends.org. We are also on Instagram at HB Networks with the S at the end. And we have a Facebook page, Humble Beginnings 10, TENN. And so, but if you go to the website, humblelegends.org, that will have links to the Instagram and to the Facebook. And so you could reach out to those. You could call me. Phone number is 615-569-3084.
Now say that again in your radio time.
Okay. The phone number is 615.
That's right.
569-3084. And so feel free to reach out. My email, Michael Greenwood, MYCHAL, Greenwood as it sounds, GREENWOOD @gmail.com.
And ladies and gentlemen, if anybody wants to call in, that number here at the station is 615-893-1450. That's 615-893-1450. And you can text as well. And I just love voice. I love conversation. I like that oral tradition, because when you hear people's voice, you can hear their heart.
Yes.
And a lot of times I like to put my eyes on somebody, because the eyes is a mirror to the soul. You can kind of tell what's going on inside of their Justice.
It's funny when I talk to my daughters, as they get to ages of dating or whatever.
Yes.
One of the things I tell them, don't date no guy if all he do is text. Make him pick up that phone and have a conversation.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? That's one of the small little nuggets I try to
That's a golden nugget.
Yeah.
Justice, I'm going to put you on the spot. What is one thing that you have learned from your father that is a huge benefit for you as a beautiful young lady? I'll give you time to think about that. You have 1 minute. In the meantime, I'm going to ask your dad. Now, you said you had 2 children?
No, my wife and I, we have 5. We have
Where did I
5.
get 2 from?
I'm not sure.
Because I remember, I should have remembered that for her, when she was on the show. And talk about a beautiful family.
Absolutely.
Beautiful family. Now, when you were talking about humble beginnings and how it did start, and you were talking about your mom, what is one thing that you can remember? I know she made ways for you, but what is the most memorable thing that she touched your heart with as a youth?
My compassion.
Compassion.
My mom, she never really had the most money, or we didn't do the big family trips or stuff like that. But her compassion, not just for her kids, whenever she had a sibling or a friend, or even my dad, God rest his soul, when they were at odds, if he ever really needed something,
wow,
she was there. And her unwavering compassion is the biggest thing that I'm proud to say I got from her.
That's beautiful. That is beautiful. And because when you said compassion, most men, that is a lacking quality of most men, to have that genuine compassion. But once you get it, once you feel it, you can't help but to let it exude out of you if it did something to change your very life. And I'm ready for you, Justice. Talk in the mic, Justice, so we can hear that beautiful voice.
Probably like how he pushes me to like do stuff. So, I kind of like push my friends. Like, although I'm not like already like there, like, I don't just do stuff. Like, I still feel lazy sometimes, but I'm not as bad as I used to be. And so now sometimes I push my friends as well and like do that to other people.
So I like that, the way he just encourages you and pushes you to do better.
Yes, ma'am.
And to look for things that are not as distracting to get in trouble, but look for things. We could do a John Lewis for good trouble.
Yeah. yes, good trouble.
Good trouble, good trouble. And then tell us about the young men in the program. Do they have to pay? Is it free?
No.
Is it okay?
No, it's free to those young men, because I know the ones that need it the most can't have it. My mom wouldn't have been able to pay for me a program. So why would I go out and charge, what I mean, these kids and these families? And if there's ever a fee involved, we make it as affordable as possible. But the biggest thing, and plus, I want these young people to learn how to earn things.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I'm not here to sell them a fantasy world. When I talk to them, they'll tell you, one of the things I tell them all the time, nothing is free. I'm not here for free. So I'm not here to do things for you for free. So whatever you want, I'm going to give you great things, but you're going to earn it. So, for example, we go on college field trips. So if that college field trip, if I know that college field trip is going to cost, say, $4,000, I'll give them $500. I say, now we got to sit down and figure out how we're going to come up with this other $3,500.
I like it.
So what do we need to do? And they'll come, let's do a car wash. Let's do a bake sale. And I got them with their phones out Googling it. All right, we got to Google how much this costs, where we going to stay at, where we going to drive, where we going to, you know what I mean? And so we going to get out here and we going to work for that. And we're here to do community service. I'm looking to get back into that. So if anybody listening has some community service projects for us, we had to put it on hold during COVID.
Yes.
And the pandemic. I didn't want to take them out and have them in danger. But now that the world is opening back up, I would love to get them back involved in that. We've been a part of helping at the Lupus Walk and different things of that nature. We did school cleanups and all kind of things. And so I definitely want to get back into that. But, yeah, I want them to know that you got to earn it. And so no, there's no cost to anything, but parent support is very much encouraged.
Oh, I love that.
Very much encouraged, because we see these kids consistently, but we don't see them as much as mom and dad. And so nothing matters like mom and dad.
And, I like that you're training them to be critical thinkers. Like we said, technology is king right now. And sometimes we were talking earlier that we can sit in the same room and no one ever opens their mouth for conversation because we're on our phones texting or whatever. So I do like that, the part of critical thinking, that we have to figure this thing out and what comes next.
Yeah.
And see, that's when I'm in my classroom and I see my children and then they stand there like, what do we do next, Miss Bingham? I said, guess what? We're going to think about it. Because I want to encourage that. It seems that is not a prerequisite right now for being a human being. But ladies and gentlemen, to our listeners, thinking is always in order. Always in order.
And it's a skill set.
It is a skill set, and there is a way to do it that will help you make best decisions. And I do believe that adults now are more concerned with children liking them instead of teaching and training children how to be those thinkers. And that comes with corrections, and it's okay to get a correction.
Absolutely.
And that comes with compliments, which is still okay. But however, there has to be a balance if we want them to obtain good citizenship.
Absolutely. And the small things still matter.
Oh, yes.
One of the biggest things I do with the young men when they come in to our, we use classrooms to do our sessions, and when they come to the classroom, you have to shake my hand.
Come on.
Firmly. You have to look me in the eye, and you have to say good morning. You know what I mean? And I'm going to ask you how you're doing. And you can give me your answer or whatever, but I want eye contact when you give me that answer, because like you said, you can see a lot through those eyes.
Yes.
And so, but you'd be surprised the reaction we get from that. How the kids run from all over their room or the hallways when they see us walk in just to shake our hand.
That's beautiful.
It absolutely is. And so, but it lets them know that we're looking at them as individuals and that we care. You're
igniting that hope again.
That's what we're trying to do.
Oh, wow.
That's what we're trying to do, absolutely. And so, so that it's those small things matter. Tying a tie. Those things matter. We teach them how to go on a job interview. How should you dress? And we let them be the interviewer and the interviewee. So, because these kids are smart. They're so much smarter. Like, she is 10 times smarter than I was when I was 14. So there's no reason for me to act like I have to just tell her everything. If I just give her the space and the tools to figure it out.
And the support, the tools and the support, and the rest is up to her, with guidance, of course.
Absolutely. There has to be some guidance, but yeah, these kids are smart and they know way more than we give them credit for. And so it's just a matter of giving them the room and the space and the foundation to be what they are.
What is the feeling that you get when you see everything that was inside of you working?
Oh man, it's you just got to give thanks to God.
Wow.
I got to give thanks to my support, my family, my kids. They're to be so understanding. You know what I mean? Because the time I'm spending with other people's kids, I could be spending with her, and I definitely try to give her as much time as I can. I try to, as much as I can, not leave her with a feeling where she's lacking. But you need that support and that encouragement from her, from my wife, my beautiful wife, who you already met.
Oh, yes.
Yes, the good Dr. Greenwood.
Dr. Greenwood. I love her.
Yeah, my mom and my siblings, they've all been supportive. I have friends that have been supportive, and so, so all of that, I need all of that. But when I see that it works, when I see a kid become successful, when a kid runs up to me and they say, "Oh, Mr. Greenwood, I did what you said and I got a job," or "I did what you said and this happened," and like there's no greater feeling. There's no greater feeling.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, and I know that's God working.
Oh, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Simplicity Radio. I am Angie B., your host, along with Justice and Michael Greenwood. And we are so thankful that you tuned in. I hope you had pen and paper just to write some of these things down, because do you know of someone that could benefit from humble beginnings? Do you know of someone that can benefit from the leadership of Mike? And I'm telling you, not only does Mike have your organization, but your wife is an organization with the pyramid in the mental wellness and the mental health. And I'm pretty sure you all work these things out together.
Absolutely.
But just think in our own community, the diamonds that you are. And it bothers me just a tad that you had to go down the street, but we're going to handle that, aren't we, Murfreesboro? We're going to handle that with the city council and all of our school boards and Rutherford County and Murfreesboro City. Let's grab a hold to these nuggets and these answers to some of our children's, I don't want to say problems right now, but some of their
I think they kind of are problems.
Do you?
Yeah,
to be honest, yes, that's the word we need to call it.
Yeah, like they're missing.
What about we say some of their gaps?
Some of their gaps, yeah.
Some of their missing places, like you said.
Yeah, they're missing. They're missing guidance.
They're missing it.
A lot of the schools are focused on tests, and it's like
scores. You're more than a number. You're more than a score.
And these kids they're not getting any, enough. I'm not gonna say any, and the thing is, it's not. I don't think it's like, oh, we have bad teachers. I think it's a system that's old and needs to be reworked.
I do believe that.
And so. We just try to come in and fill those gaps.
Fill the gaps. We're gap fillers.
Yeah, and so we've been blessed to say that we've seen some positive results.
Yes, and I do believe that we can help mend the broken spaces and the missing pieces in these children's lives.
Absolutely.
Just by taking the time.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have a group of people that are already established, you're already taking the time where you can see the success already, then we need to feed into that.
Yeah, we have a format, and the format has been working, and now it's just a matter of getting the resources so that it can grow.
Amen. And ladies and gentlemen, tonight we can be resourceful too and be a resource to Humble Beginnings. And Mike, just give us that one more time. How can they reach you? How can they feed into being that resource? Give your number out again. Ladies and gentlemen, pen, paper, and don't lose it. Put it on the refrigerator. And I'm telling you this, when it's time for you to pour out of your overflow, do it in soil that it will grow. It's almost like an investment. You're not going to take your money and put it in somewhere this cannot grow. You're going to put it in somewhere where you can receive some dividends, benefits, or whatever, and there's a return on it. So please help these children, help Mike, help this organization to give children an inroad to success. Give them that feeling that somebody cares, somebody is watching them, somebody sees them.
Yes.
You understand? And that they're important.
And that's what they want. They actually want to be held accountable.
Yeah.
They want to be held accountable. And so like they want someone to say, hey, how's your grades? Hey, that thing we talked about last week, did you do it yet?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they want. They want to be fed.
And they want to be led.
Absolutely.
See, I'm going to put a rhyme on it, don't you?
I see it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you once again, and I want to tell you that there is a pastor today, Pastor Leon Corder. We want to say happy anniversary to you and your lovely wife, Lady Corder, and to Cherry Grove Missionary Baptist Church. And then to Walnut Grove Missionary Baptist Church, the church that I attend, and I say it's one of the best churches on this side of heaven.
Amen.
Amen, amen. We will be going back in our sanctuary at Walnut Grove Missionary Baptist Church, 2480 Twin Oak Drive in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, because we have renovated the sanctuary, renovated some different parts of our church, and with our new pastor, Pastor Roland Butler III, and we want to just give a shout out to him and Lady Keisha. And we always say that you cannot have a beginning without somebody starting, the foundation. And so we've had many pastors, many good pastors at Walnut Grove Missionary Baptist Church, and we thank God for sending us a new pastor after Pastor Seibert, 40 years retired.
Okay, congratulations.
Congratulations on both. So we just want to say to everyone that even churches, please put it in your budget for Humble Beginnings.
Humble Beginnings.
And I'm going to plug one in for me. Put it in your budget for Simplicity Radio. We can put it in so we can continue getting this information out as simply as we know how. And then learn to simplify your life. We're busy, but busy doing what? Are we busy making a difference and being a difference? Getting children, put them under our wings, giving them wind to fly, to soar? That's what we want to do more and more. And we don't care what color they are, but we want to start in our own community first and foremost. Because we want children to know from every creed, color, every ethnicity that somebody cares for you. And you got a space in Humble Beginnings, you got a space in Pyramid, you got a space with Simplicity, you got a space in so many organizations at Patterson Park with Dr. J. We're going to find these spaces and create them and get them out and make them aware that somebody cares. Isn't that right? Isn't that right, Justice? Justice said, please don't call my name Angela. Please don't call my name. Justice, what would you like to tell some young people right now?
Try your best, I guess.
Say it again.
Try your best.
And you know what? She got my vibe because she left, I guess, off. Because we want her to say that with confidence. And you're such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful young lady. And I want to tell every young lady, you're beautiful enough to keep yourself aware of what true love is. Keep yourself close to men that are godly and that will pour into you to let you know that your beauty is worth the wait. Did y'all hear that silence? Yeah. Fill in the blank, y'all. Fill in the blank. But we want to thank you, Mr. Mike Greenwood.
Pleasure. I thank you for having me.
And this is your first time, but it will not be your last time. God has always told me that if somebody has a vision, give them a voice. Your voice will not be heard until you speak out of what God has purposed you to do. This is a space and a place for you anytime.
Thank you. And once we get these girls active in Murfreesboro, I would love for you to come speak to them and let them know about all of this technology that you
pleasure.
That you have to deal with and learn about and things of that nature. So, yes, I look forward to us doing plenty great things together.
And do you know why that's important to me? Because my mama, Cornell Bingham, kept us in every vacation Bible school, every whatever program. She did not care what color they were. We were there, all 5 girls. But people, when we got there, they loved on us. They poured into us. They told us great things. And when I can do that, because I know how important it was to me, like you said, with your mom's compassion.
Absolutely.
And you know how it is to receive compassion.
Absolutely.
And not like you're just on somebody's nerves or like you're a nuisance or something. No, we plan to be here. You know, we plan to walk you through your purpose and help you to set goals and imagine these things to believe and achieve with anything you see you can be.
Yeah, absolutely.
And get those people in front of them to say, hey, now they can do it, I can do it. And I think that's what all of us are about. And when we quit wondering who will get the credit, guess what? They don't have to worry about living and being credit debt.
Yes, absolutely.
But we can teach them how to do all these good things and great things.
Absolutely.
And when I want to tell you again, I am so grateful that your lovely wife brought your name up to me.
Well, thank you.
Because I told her, I said, I want to get good people. I want to get good people on my radio show. I want to build relationship. I want to tell people that relationships are the key to your success, having positive relationships. Thank you, Jackson, for playing that music to tell us, ladies and gentlemen, we are not out of talk, but we are out of time. God bless you. Thank you. And we want to say, make this a good week and learn to simplify your life. Thank you, Justice. Thank you, Mike.